Hey guys, Dylan from Noblerecordstore here, coming at you with another video. Hope you guys are having a Merry Christmas. On this turntable we have Joseph is the name of the band. The name of the album is Stoned Age Man. This is a really awesome psych rock record. It's really hard to find. It's like The Doors, more spaced out, a little crazier. Really great album. Love that record. It's really super hard to find, but I highly recommend it. So, just wanted to talk about something real quick. I get a lot of questions from new collectors reaching out to me, and one of the ones I get the most is, are Crosley turntables bad? And so I just want to talk about that a little bit today before I get too deep into it. I want to let you guys know this is my opinion. So you know what they say about opinions. It's just mine. So if you don't like it, watch another video. I don't care. A lot of people are going to leave negative comments, all sorts of banter. I welcome the banter. I welcome your opinions. Just try to keep it clean, folks. Alright, so let the games begin. Here's my opinion. So, are Crosley turntables bad? Now, I'll start with a story from my personal experience. Now, when I was a kid, I collected music. If you want to hear about my story, I have a podcast called Biography. Links to it is in the description of this video if you want to check it out. But anyways, when I was a kid, I had a pretty nice turntable given to me. I mean, it wasn't great or anything, but it wasn't a Crosley. It was a decent. I mean, it kicked, you know, and I could turn records up as loud as I could stand it in my room. It was great. But the turntable broke. I threw it in the garbage. When I got married, I sold most of my records down to between 75 and 100 records of my favorite ones, and just kind of vinyl wasn't a part of my life anymore. About a year into marriage, I decided I wanted vinyl to be a part of my life again. I really missed it, and my wife was like totally on board with finding some more records, and so I needed to find a turntable. I was completely broke at the time. We weren't stable yet financially. I didn't have much money to spend. Not to mention that other sound system had been totally given to me, so I didn't know much about piecing together my own system. So I was on Craigslist. I found a combo deal. It wasn't a Crosley, but it was something very similar. It was one of those units to where they have a CD player. The CD player was broken on this one, so I got it for $20. The record player worked fine. Got it home. I remember listening to it, and the volume didn't get very loud, but I lived in an apartment at the time, so I couldn't listen to records loud anyway, so it was cool for whatever at the time. But as time went on, I just was not happy with the volume level. That was the biggest problem for me. I couldn't even hear if it sounded good or not. So I ended up selling it and getting some different things from different places, finding a receiver here, a turntable there, and piece together a system, and from then, it's just been this constant evolution of my setup. There's always I'm wanting to do this or that, you know. So right now, my speakers are JBL L100s, and unless something happens, they're going to be mine forever. My turntable I'm really super happy with. It's a Lin Basic. And then my receiver is a Realistic. Now I'm trying to figure out another solution for a receiver because it was my wife's grandfather's, and he gave it to me 2 weeks before he passed away. So it's super sentimental, but it doesn't sound bad. But I'd like something a little bit better and a little bit less sentimental. So anyway, so that's my setup now. But you know, a lot of you guys that might have gotten a Crosley for Christmas, or you don't know what your first turntable should be, this is who the video is for. So is a Crosley good enough? And the answer is yes and no. You know, I believe that people are in vinyl for different reasons. Now, some people are just in it for the nostalgia, for the artwork, for the ritual of having to get up and put a record on and flip it. Some people don't really have an ear for if it sounds good or not. Some people don't care. They just want the music to be there, and they love vinyl, and they love that format, and it brings them back to a time. They have a nostalgia, they have a certain experience, whatever. Vinyl is no doubt an experience. So certain people are in it for different reasons. Some people are not in it for the super high quality, you know, audiophile, this and that. Some people are just in it for the experience of having a record, holding the notes, enjoying the music in the context that it was meant to be in. So for those people that don't care about it, if you got a Crosley and you're happy with it, just enjoy it. Don't worry about it. There is some talk over whether Crosleys destroy your records, and yes, they do. They listening to a record on Crosley, it does. It's not kind to it. The needle tears it up a little bit, but with that, I would say just keep that in mind with the records that you're buying. If you're buying, audiophile pressings like Japanese pressings or original master recordings or whatever, that makes no sense. Don't do that. Just buy a cheap record that you can destroy, whatever. But the most important thing is just do what you like. Now, if you get to a point to where you're like, man, I really would like to enjoy a higher quality of audio. I want to be able to turn this sucker up and just rock, Then that's when you start talking about maybe getting an upgraded turntable with a better receiver or a preamp or whatever, getting some good speakers, and trying to figure out what you want. Somebody's setup is so individual to that person. I love it. I love learning about what people have in their setup and what they want and all that stuff, because that's how you hear the music. That's what you like about the music. Setting up a setup is just so personal. So whatever you want, fine. But like I said, I had a friend who had like really rare grunge original pressings of things. He had rare jazz stuff. He had audiophile pressings. He had original master recordings, Japanese pressings, all these super nice records. And he had a Crosley. And I remember talking to him, I was like, man, what are you doing? Like, if you're wanting to hear the music and you're wanting to hear the good sound quality that you're buying these records for, you need to buy a record player or a turntable and receiver that you can really hear the quality. And so he ended up kind of laying off buying some records for a while to save up for some good gear. And that's what I would highly recommend you guys. If you're kind of in that stage where you have a Crosley and you're not happy with it, don't buy so many records. Buy gear that you can really enjoy the ones you have on. So that's my advice, to you guys. I think some people are just, I know people that buy records and they don't even listen to them. They just like having them, like comic books or whatever. So just find out why you like vinyl and stick to that. Buy the record player that's suitable for you. If you would rather not spend a whole lot of money on a setup, don't. Don't feel pressure from people to do things that you don't want to do. Like, and also, if you're an experienced, seasoned collector and audiophile, I hear a lot of people giving people crap about having Crosleys. Don't do that. If it wasn't for kids buying Crosleys at Urban Outfitters, there would not be this vinyl resurgence that there is. There just wouldn't be. If every kid had to go out and piece together a high audiophile setup in order to listen to records, it would not have the resurgence that it has now. You may not like the resurgence. I like it. I love that it's a resurgence because things are getting repressed that otherwise were really super hard to find. People are excited about it. There's more of a community about vinyl. Record plants are reopening. Music is being made in a different way. It's incredible. I love that vinyl's coming back. It's awesome. I always dreamed as a kid that there would be record stores again, that there would be this, and now it's here. So if it wasn't for kids buying Crosleys, I would venture to say that it wouldn't be that way anymore. So kind of take that into account. Don't discourage kids that are having Crosleys. If you have a kid in your life that doesn't have a nice setup and they have a Crosley, don't give them a hard time about it. Help them get something good. Give them advice. So I just would encourage you guys to be positive. If people are listening to vinyl, it's a good thing. So help them out or shut up. It's my opinion. So anyways, so that's just my opinion. Take it for what it is. And, everybody who got Crosleys for Christmas, I would encourage you guys to just enjoy them. Don't listen to people that are talking down about Crosleys. You're in the season where you're just getting into it. Enjoy it for what it is. If you get to a point where you need advice, email me. Talk to me. I will gladly point you in the right direction of the turntable that will suit you best. So anyways, be you. Do what you want to do. Have a good time. And hey, enjoy vinyl. See you guys next time.